Hello, Mr. mwalimu.
Hello, Pasante.
Welcome to my program, sir. من الآخر وبس. I'm very pleasure to have you today with me.
Also, very thank you to be talking to me today. It's really my pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Okay, let's start with the infrastructure and construction sector. What are the current priorities for the Tanzanian government regarding the infrastructure development?
Yeah, one thing maybe if I should give a brief background of Tanzania in the last, say, 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
Tanzania used to be like, the country where in terms of infrastructure was really, really backward. But we have seen the last 3 governments, like, from the 3rd phase government, now we are on the 6th phase government. They have really put an emphasis in the development of infrastructure in Tanzania.
Exactly.
The main area where, like, they are really, really putting the effort in is one is the development of the road networks. A few years back, like, moving from one end of the country to another end of the country was really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Connecting between 2 cities was difficult. But now we are seeing over this period of time, the country has invested a lot in the development of the road networks.
Okay.
And the work is still continuing. Like, despite of what has been done in the last 25 years, but it's still like, there is a lot of room to work on, and the government is still emphasizing on that.
How exactly from your plan, how exactly average percentage of your plan for developing the roads are already enhanced and done?
Looking at the size of the country, what has been done is we could say, maybe 30% of the important roads have been done, but there is another 70% still to be done.
Which actually opens a great opportunity for international partnership, especially from Egypt.
Yeah.
What do you think the role that we can provide?
You will note that, like, most of the major road projects are mainly handled by foreign contractors, and there is a lot of room for the partnership between the local companies and the foreign companies to work together. There is also a room for the government of Tanzania working with with the foreign companies to work together.
If you're talking large-scale projects, and if you're talking about the large-scale projects that actually are developed by the government,
yes.
What exactly might be the role for the investor, maybe a foreigner investor at Tanzania in collaboration with the local companies?
There are many phases. One, there is an area where, like, the local partners and the foreign partners can work together to win the government projects, and they work together, where, like, the foreign partners can provide the expertise, the financing, and the local partner can provide the local know-how and the marketing aspect and the relationship aspect.
No, let me clarify this. Let me clarify this, please. So you're telling me that you can provide financing for the outsider investors, or you need them to come with their capital to invest in the country? What exactly do you expect?
No, I'm talking of saying, like, the foreign companies can come with the capital, with the financing, while the local companies can come with the relationships.
Okay.
Also, like, you know, the foreign companies, they can come with the expertise and work with the local companies. Okay. But also, you know, there is another front where, like, you know, the foreign companies teaming up with the local company, they can pinpoint a certain project and they propose to the government where, like, you know, together they can develop it and then, you know, seek the role of the government in what they call it public-private partnership kind of the project.
Okay, which take us to another very hot topic now for the Tanzanian government, the graphite processing plant, okay, in Lindi. What are the expected outcome from this project, okay, that can actually attract the investors?
The processing plant in Lindi, it's basically, you know, to provide, to produce a graphite concentrate at this point in time.
Yes.
Where, like, you know,
yes,
we are mining graphite and we are doing primary processing, moving it from the raw form to a concentrate which can be further processed to different graphite products.
Yeah.
The issue of like, you know, clean energy and the making of battery now comes into the picture. So there is also a room of like, you know, foreign companies coming in to invest into battery manufacturing facility for EVs and other uses.
But do you provide feasibility studies for the investors in order to oversee, like, how far shall they invest and about the outcome that they can get? Because, you know, the investor is all about the profit.
Yeah, we understand that the investors are all about the profit, and all the projects that we are talking about is only looking at the profit and the benefit for both the foreign investors and for the local partner. So we are open, basically, you know, to share whatever kind of information that, you know, will enable the partnership to.
I have no doubt, sir, that the Tanzanian really, people in general are very open towards anything that concerning the finance and everything. I'm very sure about this. Okay. Okay, how critical is the graphite processing to Tanzania's economy in the context of the global shift towards the clean energy?
As we have hinted before, like, you know, first, like Tanzania is one of the countries with a huge reserve of natural graphite, and it gives, like, you know, high flaky graphite, which is like, you know, important for which is really required for the production of lithium-ion batteries. So that, you know, makes graphite one of the strategic resources for Tanzania, but not just for Tanzania, but for the world at large, to move, you know, from now the fossil energy towards the much more cleaner energy.
Okay, while we're speaking now, do we have an Egyptian investor in the clean energy field actually that is collaborating with your government?
From what we understand, so far we don't have Egyptian who are in this area, but we have Egyptian collaborators in the natural gas area. We have the Egyptians who have been involved in the development of Nyerere Dam.
Exactly.
In the southern Tanzania, where, now it's the biggest producer of electricity in Tanzania, producing more than 2,000 megawatts.